Now let me ask you a question. Answer this honestly. Have you ever telnetted or used SSH to contact a resource remotely and then accidentally shut the interface through which you came in? If you've done this for very long, you probably have. And you probably found that it was a lot easier to shut the interface than it was to reopen it. In fact, it probably required going to the network operations center or at least making a call in order to get that opened up again, because then you had to get access directly to the device again. You had to get to the console port. Now, what does that have to do with this? Well, in the past, it was entirely possible to do that with a vNetwork distributed switch configuration as well, such that you could kill the connection that allowed you to manage the vNetwork distributed switch through the vCenter. Also, it was entirely possible that if you changed network settings, for example, maximum transmission unit or IP settings on hosts that were connected to the vCenter, that you could lose the connection to those hosts. And it's still possible, if you really want to do it, it's certainly possible on vSphere standard switches, because what I'm about to talk about doesn't apply there. And it's possible on vNetwork distributed switches, right, now called vSphere distributed switches, if you turn off this feature. But the feature that I'm talking about is an automatic rollback and recovery that watches for those kinds of mistakes and knows that no one in their right mind would have actually done that, and therefore will automatically roll back that type of mistake. So that's pretty cool. And you may wonder, well, where do I turn that on? Well, as long as you have a 5.1 or a 5.5 vSphere distributed switch, and you have it in its default configuration, you don't have to turn it on. All you have to do is leave it on. So I show you where that setting is, just in case your security profile doesn't allow you to use it. But I'm not recommending that you turn it off. I just want to show you where it is just in case you wanted to. So I'm going to click on the vCenter object, and under its advanced settings, then that's where the settings are. And so I'm on the vCenter object, I'm on the Manage tab, on the Settings tab, in the Advanced Settings. And then the one that I want is, scroll down just a little bit, and it's Configure VPXD Network Rollback. It should be set to true if you like your settings and you want to keep them. The only time you would set that to false is if for some reason you were configuring it for the security policies for your organization. For some reason they wanted that turned off. I can't imagine a security policy for that, but weirder things have happened. If it's the organizational policies that cause you to have to turn that off, or if you just want to check it to make sure that it's turned on your organization, this would be a good thing to do. Also a good thing to know for the test, that it is enabled by default, and as you can imagine, VMware is pretty proud of that it keeps you from literally cutting off the branch that you're sitting on. So this is an automatic way that you can protect yourself. There's another automatic way that you can protect yourself, which has to do with being able to detect misconfigurations, to detect them quickly before they affect you. And that's called health check. And that's the next one that we're going to look at.